Right, the next selection is in straight away. North Melbourne ready to go with pick number 4.
Pick 4, the North Melbourne Football Club have selected Luke Davies-Uniacke from the Dandenong Stingrays.
Oh, this young man will slot straight into the midfield for North Melbourne. A smooth moving midfielder, game-changing capabilities. He continually stood up on the big stage. His best, a 33 disposal game in an elimination final against the Eastern Rangers, where he single-handedly dragged them across the line. He's a goal-kicking midfielder as well, the capacity to play inside and out. Has a level of class which has seen him clearly ranked at the top of this year's draft and can kick him from anywhere, including this beauty from the boundary.
And joining us is the coach of the North Melbourne Football Club, and he's about to meet his number 4 pick. Brett Scott is joining Luke Davies-Uniacke. A rare top 5 selection for North Melbourne. I'm sure Brad can't wait to see Luke get out on the track, and we wish them all the best for season 2018.
So Davies-Uniacke, the 4th of those names, all discussed for the top pick, so there's no surprises with the first 4.
He'll become known as LDU, don't worry about that. And this boy's got it all. He performs in the big games. He did it with the All-Star game in the MC Grand Final day, and North would love to see him back there one.
Well, ladies and gentlemen, tonight we're going to have some famous faces, both past and present, and club representatives to help us announce some of the draft selections. And to announce selection number 23, would you welcome back to the stage the coach of the North Melbourne Football Club, Brad Scott.
With pick 23, North Melbourne have selected Will Walker from the Sandringham Dragons.
What's his story?
And Geelong are on the clock.
You don't have to have played AFL all of your life to do it. It was soccer just a few years ago, so he's quite an elite athlete. Love the way he moves. He's got beautiful poise about him. Love his goals off one step. Played for the Sandringham Dragons, impressed in the finals. Didn't play nationals again, but a very high possession winner for Sandringham right throughout the year. And he's got all of the traits, I think, of an AFL player in the way he moves.
Yeah, I look at him and I think Blake Acres, the young man that's playing out at St Kilda, he's that really big, tall, strong-bodied midfielder. So he's a fantastic selection, Will Walker, and a kid that just really has a sensational work ethic. He'll get in, he'll compete, but and he'll win his fair share of clearances, there's no doubt about it.
With pick 62, North Melbourne have selected Kyron Hayden from Subiaco. GWS are on the clock.
Well, this is the boy that broke Nick Natanui's record for the running vertical jump, a 103 centimetre. So he's a powerfully built inside midfielder with elite athletic ability, and had some injury little niggles at the start of the year and at different times through the year, but just that one little piece of athletic brilliance would make you go back to his tapes. That's what clubs will do. They'll go back and find all these games, have a good hard look at it, and he gets his opportunity, which is fantastic, and I'm sure he'll take that opportunity.
As we look now to North Melbourne at pick number 72, they've picked up midfielders so far tonight.
With pick 72, North Melbourne have selected Tristan Kerry from the Western Jets. Fremantle are on the clock.
Well, they've gone tall this time. Zeri would be ruckman and forward, those sorts of spots. 200 centimetre boy, again from out in the western suburbs of Melbourne, and a boy that has improved this year quite dramatically. Can take a very good contested mark, still learning the ruck craft, and so they're stocked up with a big player.
And another one, Kev, that was exposed to some VFL football, so it just goes to show that the ability for some of these players to push up and play senior football, show they can hold their own at that level whilst pre-draft, I think has a significant impact on recruiters and where they see these guys fitting. So great result, and well done to Shane Sexton too. He's had a pretty good night.
Choice 56, I think, in a rookie draft. Will be some great players picked on Monday.
With pick 77, North Melbourne have selected Billy Hartung from Hawthorn. Fremantle are on the clock.
There you go.
Yeah, look, you're good enough to be on a list, Billy. Played some terrific games for Hawthorn, yeah, he probably has areas of his game he's got to work on, but geez, run and carry work is good enough. So there'll be other areas of his game, and hopefully he can really knuckle down and fix up those little challenges in his game to make him a consistent AFL player, but certainly good enough to be on a list on what was seen in his first 2 to 3 years of AFL.
He's a prolific kick of the football. He's got great penetration and depth.
Dow's all class at 3, and North Melbourne, well, Kingy, they get the class they need through the midfield there with Davies, Uniacke.
I'm very happy with that. And look, there's real genuine quality in the midfield at the top of the draft. We know that. We spoke at length about that.
Now, Kingy, before the selection started tonight, you identified North Melbourne as one of the clubs that had as much at stake as anybody, with a couple of key selections, in particular 4 and also 23, that they needed to get right.
I think it's the biggest pick that I've ever seen in the draft. If you're going to rebuild a club and only have 2 picks inside of 60, you need to make sure you nail them. And William Walker at 23, I don't know as much as what you do, Luffy, about him, but LDU is what we're going to go with at the Kangas now, because most of us won't be able to say it. He's a beauty. He finds the exits. He's very evasive. I'm not sure he's a tackle breaker as such. He doesn't necessarily strike me as that, but he can go forward and take a big mark. He's exactly what the Kangaroos need.
Of those top midfielders that were taken, he's probably the best ball user. Will Walker, he not a lead at anything, but above average in our rankings in a lot of areas. And they've addressed of their 5 picks, 4 were midfielders, and that's what they need to do.
Well, it's one of the names on everyone's lips, even if they can't pronounce it. Here's Ben Dixon, who caught up with Luke Davies, Uniacke.
Luke Davies, Uniacke. I know North Melbourne are absolutely ecstatic that they've got you at that pick. How are you feeling right now?
Yeah, I've been saying this a lot lately, but it's honestly a dream come true. Over the moon. I'm just wrapped to being Melbourne. And yeah, like I said, just looking forward to it.
What about last year? Injury plagued this year. Had to put a solid season together and get yourself back on the radar, albeit sometimes injury steps in its way. But tell us how that was for you this year.
Yeah, so this year I came in just wanting to play as much consistent footy as I could. And I thought I did that. I was pretty wrapped with the way my year went. And yeah, I achieved some goals, and so yeah, I was stoked, and yeah, just glad the year's over and can get started with a new journey.
Well, you got a good coach in Brad Scott. Has he had a brief chat to you and given you any advice on what it's going to be like down there at Kangaland?
Not just yet, but I'm sure it'll be all positive feedback. So
well done, Luke. Congratulations.
Thank you very much.
Well done, mate.